Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Meng, and welcome to Meng's Barbershop. My special guest today is Jimmy, and I can't wait for you guys to meet him. He is fantastic. All right, Jimmy, come on down. Hey, Jimmy.
Good. How are you?
Good.
I don't know about fantastic, but I'll take it.
I know that you don't have much hair, but you can still shave it down, you know.
I was like, if I would have known, I just shaved Sunday because I had let it grown out for about a week or two.
Yeah. So. It's okay. It looks like you missed a little bit here and there, so I can definitely clean that up for you.
All right.
Looks like you've been getting some sun too.
Yeah. It's been nice up at the house.
Oh man, I've been there one time, and I gotta say it is beautiful.
Yeah.
I bet the pool's being used, huh?
Oh, by all the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have all your kids there now, or?
I had a couple of them. Grandkids mostly were in the pool, so they were. Monday it was like 84 up there, I think. So everybody was up at the house.
Oh man, that must be nice.
And so I showed up after work, and they're like, "Hey, we're all here." I go, "Yeah, I see that."
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It was good. They were all in the pool till probably 5:30, 6 o'clock that night.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. So I actually saw you in the parade.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, doing the cheer dad thing. And that's what prompted me. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that one was actually for Tsunami All-Stars.
Okay.
Which my girls used to do Tsunami, but most of them are older now, too old for Tsunami. It's for the kids. So I have one, she's a senior. She'll be a senior this year in high school. But my wife's mom and dad, and they're like, "Hey, would you drive your truck for us on the parade?" And
I saw that.
I was like, "Yeah, sure, no
Mr.
problem."
Happy Dad, just elbow out.
Yeah, elbow out, hanging out, waving, doing my princess wave.
Yeah, that's right. You got that down. You got that down. I would love to hear about your past. I'd love to hear about how you got started being a cheer dad. I would love to. I actually Facebook stalked you a little bit. Saw that you were in the military.
Yes.
Yeah. How many years were you in the military?
Altogether, I did 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah.
What branch were you in?
Right out of high school, I joined the Navy, and I did that for about 2 years. And then I got out of there and then joined Army National Guard. And
wow.
And then I did the rest of my time in the National Guard.
Oh, dang.
That way. And so it was fun. Met a lot of cool people. Traveled a lot. Got deployed twice. Once to Iraq, once to Afghanistan.
Oh, man.
And then just homeland stuff for San Diego when they had the wildfires there years back. We got activated to go down there to help out. What was it? Oh, Hurricane Katrina when they hit Louisiana.
Oh man.
We got activated to go over there to help out and like search and rescue and just bring, just basically bring peace because they were having some issues like rioting and looting. And,
oh, I bet. Everybody just such a tragedy, Yeah. So everybody's trying to do their thing to try to survive or whatever. So.
Yeah, and it was bad. I mean, I saw the pictures and stuff on the news, but nothing like real life once you get over there.
Oh, man.
Just you see all the standing water and like 2-story houses that are the bottom floors all flooded out. And just, I was like, wow.
Like people really just on the roof just
by the time we got there, most all those people had been rescued. But we were going around surprisingly enough with Orange County search and rescue.
Oh wow, okay.
And so we went out to some neighborhoods just checking on old 911 calls, like 4 or 5 days old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because they couldn't get to anybody. So we went with them to check out the neighborhoods, just see if we could find anybody there.
Was there a lot of pets, a lot of animals left behind too, I bet?
A lot of dogs. A lot of wild packs of dogs.
Oh, wow.
Running around. So we were kind of there for security also to help them out.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get attacked by 20 dogs.
Oh, yeah. Devoured.
Yeah. So, but we didn't everybody was gone when we got there, so we didn't luckily we didn't find any bodies or anything. So that was one of the big fears. Is like you don't want to kick open a door into a house and just see a bunch of people in there.
For sure. So. Your time in Iraq, did you see some action? Did you?
We did, because it was right after we got there. So we got deployed May of 2003. So when we got into country. And
wait, you're not 21?
Yeah, no.
You look young enough.
I wish.
I was like, 03.
Yeah. No, 2003.
Oh man.
We got over there, and it was kind of hairy at first. I mean, it was. I joked about it, and when I came home, because people are like, "Well, how was it?" And I go, "Well, it's hot."
Yeah.
About 125, 127 every day. So I mean, it was just. And
going through like gallons of water, huh?
Just drinking water like crazy. It's just, but the problem is we didn't have any ice at the time, so all the water was hot water. So I tell everybody, I go, we would wait until it was like bath water warm, and then we would drink it because it wasn't bubbling and it wasn't super hot.
Wow.
But then we found some ice, and we had ice. People would bring us ice, and then we could cool the water down and drink it that way. But yeah, it was interesting. I mean, once you get used, I don't know. I say once you get used to getting shot at, wasn't that bad. But it's still bad. You just learn all your training. Try and remember all your training that you did.
Of course.
It's hard because a lot of the training we did, a lot of the scenarios that happened, we didn't train for. So it was kind of like your human nature takes over.
Yeah.
So when you hear bombs exploding, your first instinct is to run.
Wow. So, of course.
So you run and get cover, and then you wait, and then, you gather yourself and make sure nobody got injured or hurt. Everybody's still there. So, but thankfully we didn't lose anybody that deployment.
That's great.
So everybody came home, and so that was a good thing.
Yeah.
And we got home.
So while you were in the military, you were coming back home, and did you have a kid then, or like did you?
I did with my first wife. Been married and divorced.
Okay.
We had a little girl, and when I left, she was born in 2000. So
Yeah.
When I went over, she was 3. But so when I came home, I missed like a birthday, some other things. But
that must have been hard.
It was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
It's gonna be loud.
Away.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it was tough to be away.
Yeah.
Because you think about them, but you kind of have to put it in the back of your mind to keep focused on your mission at hand.
Yeah. You usually use a blade, right?
Yeah.
To shave? Okay. We'll see how you do it this way.
Yeah. But yeah, so you write letters home. I know people will be like, writing letters? I go, this was like before the big internet, and, text messaging and whatever. So you'd actually have to write a letter home and then, wait to get one back.
Yeah. I was telling my nephew, I said, we had Juno online, right? We had to disconnect our phone, cord, and then plug it into our computer, and it would dial into the internet.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Dial up.
Yeah, dial up, right? And it was you just didn't have Wi-Fi. Like, what's Wi-Fi, right? The whole thought of it growing up was crazy to think that I grew up in that time where we didn't have internet and it was coming up, So.
Well, yeah, and think of that, and then going over to a war zone or third world country, they call it, and then internet, there was nothing over there. It was, so it was letters, pen and paper, and trying to sweat and write on paper.
Oh man,
it was
drinking boiling water.
Yeah, drinking boiling water. Yeah, it was a good time.
I bet.
But yeah, so I just had the one daughter at that time.
How many kids do you have now?
Between my wife and me now, we have 6.
6 kids.
Yeah. So I had 2 girls. I came home April of 2004 from that deployment. So we were there almost a whole year.
Yeah.
And then 2005, my second daughter was born. That's the one who's going to be a senior this year. So, and then couple years later, just things happened, got divorced, and then met my new wife, and she already had 4 kids from her previous marriages. So between her 4 and my 2, I became a dad of 6. So she had 1 boy and then 3 girls. So not only did I become a dad of 6, became a dad of 5 girls.
Oh man, 5 girls.
Yes.
No, that is crazy.
Hence all the gray hair.
Yeah. No. My wife, she really wants a girl. So we're on currently number 2, and we're currently expecting about 5 months.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. We didn't find out until like 2.5 months, 3 months. So it's been kind of short pregnancy. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. And so, so she's about 5 months and found out it was a boy. So she said, "Guess what, honey? We're gonna try again for a girl." And I'm like, didn't I just upgrade your car? You know what I mean? Like, they just have a 3rd row. You know,
Yeah.
so we'd have to get a minivan and go from there. It's like, oh man. So man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
Yeah. So when you came back, and your girls, they all was into cheerleading, or like how'd you become a cheer dad?
No. My oldest one,
Yeah.
Serena, when she was 5, she did youth football cheer.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, she I don't know how I'm trying to remember how she got into it, but she just liked to do it. And so we put her in youth football cheer, and then she just went from there. She was like 5 years old, and she just loved doing it. So I took her to practice, and then we'd go to games, out of town or home games. And for whatever reason, the people that do youth football like to schedule the little kids.
Okay.
She was 5 or 6.
Yeah.
They like to do the away games at like Fortuna, Eureka, McKinleyville at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, you do realize not everybody lives down in the Eureka area. Some of us, it's an hour and a half drive. And for people that have kids, especially young ones, trying to get a kid up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get in the car and get your stuff and leave to be at the game on time.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got there yet. So
so she did that up until I met my new wife, and then her kids were in Tsunami All-Star cheer, because that's her mom and sisters had started that one up. So it's a family-run business.
Yeah.
So when we got together, her girls were doing cheer. My daughter was doing it, and then she found out what they were doing. So then she started doing. She stopped football cheer and then went to Tsunami. And
gotcha. And with the Tsunami is competitive cheerleading.
Yeah. So you go every month. We would go somewhere. We'd be San Jose, Portland, Sacramento, San Francisco for competitions, and then you compete against like 10 to 12 other teams in your league, whatever skill level you're at.
Yeah.
So we did that for years. We were always on the road. It seemed like all the time. It's like, hey, we're going to Portland this month. And then, oh, hey, we're doing 2 cheer competitions this month. So we're going to go to Portland and Sacramento. I'm like, okay. So anybody that has kids and travels and plays sports, it's super expensive. So it's like hotel, gas. Before gas was like, $1 million a gallon.
Yeah. It is going back down though, just a little bit.
A little
bit,
yeah. So it was just, we were on the road, and I complained a lot, as a dad does, because, it's what dads do. You complain about driving and spending money and all that. But I had, I wouldn't change it. It was a lot of the trips we had were fun, and we laughed and telling jokes, or just listening to teenage girls talk is just an experience I think everybody should experience.
Boys and girls definitely talk differently.
Yes.
Right? I have nieces and nephews around the same age because, we pop out babies like crazy, right? And so we have nieces and nephews around the same age, and I would have conversations with my nephews, and there were like 100 completely different.
Oh,
right? Yeah. So I asked them, what do you guys want to do when you guys grow up? And they're like, we want to be like dinosaurs, you know, like, "Rawr." Like, are you for real? You know,
Yeah.
you want to be a dinosaur? And my niece at the time was like, oh, I like animals, so I think I'm gonna be like a veterinarian and take care. And I was like, who is this person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got one kid over here talking about wanting to be a dinosaur, and then we got you like just knowing the path you're gonna choose already. You know, so that's like night and day.
Well, if they're, you know, brothers or whatever going to be dinosaurs, you need the vet to take care of them.
That's true. That's true. Job security.
Yeah. You got to think of it that way.
She's
just thinking ahead.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, dinosaurs. They're clumsy. They're top heavy. They're going to fall. So
that's right.
They're going to need somebody to help them out.
Would you say you were a masculine man? You know, so many years in the military. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you came back, and then you're like, cheer dad, completely different.
Well, it was funny because a lot of the years when I was in the Guard, I was married, because we got married in 2012, and so I got out about 2 years later. So we met in 2010. So we were together for a bit, and so then a lot of people knew that, you know, I had a lot of the daughters, and they were cheer. So I got a lot of crap about that already. Like, oh, Jimmy, look at him, you know, cheer dad. Can you do a backflip for us? Can you do this? I'm like, no. I go, do I look like I'm in shape to be doing backflips? No. Come on.
I was about that same thing. No.
Oh, God, no.
Could you, do you know the routines? Your daughters, like, come home, they'll practice, you'll watch, and you know, like, they need to do this or do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When they were practicing, we would go and I'd watch them, and then if they were doing round off, which is like a cartwheel almost round off, or if they were doing a backhand spring, the different levels, if they'd get up, I'd tell them weren't rotating fast enough, like when they jumped in the air, they wouldn't rotate quick enough where they'd land on their feet, or their arms weren't straight, or so I would, and they're like, and people just look at me and they're like, why do you know all this? And I go, because I have 4 girls at the one time doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know what it's supposed to look like. I go, I can't teach you how to do it. I go, but I can tell you what it should look like from
You're
just
probably the reason
watching.
why they've been winning so many competitions, right?
So we did good for a bit, yeah. So I mean,
Jimmy, I totally forgot. Do you drink by chance, or you want a beer or something?
Sure.
Yeah. I bought this just for this, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got Great White, we have Corona, we have Heineken, and I'll probably get some more later to fill this whole thing up. But what would you like?
You know what? I'll take a Corona.
Okay, cool. I'll drink one with you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. I know you just got back from the gym.
Yeah.
So, counterproductive, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
Find something to open this with. Here you go, sir. Cheers to good times and,
yeah,
you know,
thank you.
Being the best dad that you can be, you know? Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please like, subscribe, and share this video. There's going to be way more content in the future with more interesting people and a lot more drinking. So, we'll see you then.